I think a lot of times people start businesses and they got the wrong. They're not in it for the right reason, right? Like it's a line different because very rarely do you just start one and man, it's life changing income and everything's got better. Almost everybody that I talked to took a haircut to start it, right? Like, and you went from stability to insecurity. You went from, all these things. Same with us. Like when we started this company, I was, been an entrepreneur my whole life. I've started and burned 100 businesses to the ground. And I'd worked in, corporate environments and different things and had success. Like I was making income, but I didn't have anything that I could say, this is what I do. Mm-hmm. Right. But I had like 6 or 7 little deals going. I was doing marketing, man. I was involved with different trades and doing all these different things. And Barndo was like just another one of them things. I was like, man, we'll do this too. And like, I can invest some money over here, build some houses, sell them, flip them, whatever. And I had a guy ask me one time, what would it look like if you put 100% of you into one of these things and quit spinning plates? And I was like, man, it'd be unstoppable. And he's like, well, why are you not doing that? I'm like, because the journey from where I am to that unstoppable point, I don't know if I can make it through it. I don't know if my wife stay with me to make it through it.
Yeah.
And he said, man, I'm going to challenge you to do that. And that was in January of 2022. And by the end of January, I burned everything to the ground. I said, I'm not doing any of this stuff anymore. I put it all on autopilot if it could autopilot. And I shut down the ones that required me. And I went all in on this thing. And I think I made 10% of my income that first year.
Yes.
But still maintain a positive attitude, right? Because I believed in it. But I did go all in on it. And the reward on the other side of it is it worked, right? But if it hadn't, I'd have to rinse and repeat, right? Like I don't think I would have ever stopped. But I always had a bigger why than just to create a job for myself. Like I didn't want a job for myself. I wanted to be able to build something to impact people. I wanted to be able to impact the people that work for me, impact the people that, are buying from me. I wanted to impact my local community, and one of my claim to fame was like in 2023, we're kind of in our right up close to the 2-year mark of the business. And I have a special needs daughter that, we had fostered her from baby, adopted her, and we were talking a little bit about before the show, but they had told us she'd never walk, she'd never talk, she was on G-tube, like she's just a lot of stuff going on with this child. Mm-hmm. And she started walking, and there was a baseball organization called the Miracle League, and I've talked about it 10 billion times on this podcast, but there was a moment where we got her in that. She had a little walker and stuff, and like she's trying to play baseball. She's 4 years old, and I couldn't even afford to pay the registration fee. Somebody covered it for me, right? Somebody in our church paid that registration fee. And the fast forward to 2023, I had this wild idea. Leaving the office, it's a Friday afternoon, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm headed home, and I called the water park in Duncan, and I was like, hey, what's it cost to rent that thing out, like private? And they were like, well, it's this. And I was like, cool, I want to do that. And they were like, well, we only have one day left on the calendar this year. I said, cool, I want that one. And then I hung up and called my finance guy. Said, hey, I just want to let you know I rented a water park and we're going to throw a summer bash for the Miracle League. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, we're just going to throw a thing and we're going to make it. We're going to do a big donation thing. And we did it. And we donated $35,000 to him that year. And it blew my mind. I was so excited by that. And that was the full circle moment for me of why. Mm-hmm. And it got bigger. And so then like last year we did it. And we gave $148,000 or something to the Miracle League. And we're getting ready to do it for the 3rd year in a row. Mm-hmm. And that why was worth it. Like my ability to impact was worth it in those early days of starting that company and like all that struggle and all that time where it was like, it was never about me to begin with.
Yeah.
My family's been taken care of.
That's right.
But I was always focused on how I help other people. And by focusing on them, I think a byproduct was it took care of me.
God took care of you, didn't
100%. 100%. And, so like the paths overlap, we both go to a pretty large church and we go to the same church. God pulls you in a million different directions, and like you never know like what it looks like to just fully serve until you get years into living like that, and you look back and you go, man, like I'm doing exactly what I was called to do.